White shirts on the pitch, running fast through the night. Every heart beating loud under floodlit sky bright. So to London, stand strong, in the stands they belong. Voices echo like thunder, to the club they sing along. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. King's fire in his eyes, glory's what he seeks. With every goal he flies, rising to new peaks. From the lake to far and wide, with the pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. The pride of the fight. On this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize. Victory in sight with all our might. With all our might. With all our might.
Hi guys, and how are you? And welcome to HFC Till I Die Home. It's on the past, present, and the exciting future under Ange Postecoglou. And yes, I did say that under the management of Ange Postecoglou, because in Ange we trust, in Ange we must back, in Ange we must stay firm, in Ange we must go the whole hog and back this manager. And I've seen a lot over the last couple of days or the last 24 hours of, we want Ange out. Ange out. Well, who do you want in instead of Ange out? Please tell me. We have the worst. Look, you got to put it in the boxes, really, I think. Look, we've got a really bad injury crisis at the moment. We do have the January transfer window coming up. The players are not playing well. They really are not playing well. They're not putting in a shift. And that second half yesterday was absolutely unacceptable. You don't just go 2-1 up and go out the second half. And again, we had our chances, but the players are too dead on their feet to take those chances. And when the substitutes come on, it just sucked the life out of the game. They didn't produce anything. So yeah, look, where I do have sympathy with Ange Postecoglou, and I am going to die on that hill of supporting him. I probably will be on that hill when he gets the sack, and you lot can say, well, we did tell you, Dermot. We did tell you he was going to get the sack. We did tell you he was no good. And I fully expect it. And I'm going to, that's my opinion, and I expect anyone who comes in here and says they're Ange out, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to put your reasons why. And I will accept them. And I say, well, look, we can agree to disagree, but we all support the same team at the end of the day, which is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, which is far more important than any manager, than any player and any owner. For me, the blame, for me, the problem, the cancer, whatever you want to call it, lays at the door of Daniel Levy and lays at the floor of Vinik and Levy, basically. They have taken this club as far as they can take us. And I think personally it has to stop. It has to go. And we can't blame managers all the time. We can't keep blaming. And I get people saying Ange is out of his depth. Ange is not tactical wise. I get that. But we've got to back him. We've got to stick with him. What's the point of sacking another manager? It's just another rebuild. It really also gets Levy out spending any money in January, which players we desperately, desperately need. And I think also we need to look at Paratici was at the game yesterday now. is Paratici now going to take the reins of the transfer market in January? Say, right, guys, I'm coming back. I'm going to do my bit. I don't know if he's still banned or not. I don't think he is. But maybe let me in the chat. Let me know. What we're going to talk about, we're going to go over the game yesterday, going to give you my player ratings. Maybe you guys might agree or not agree. We'll go over some news as well about them being, they're going to trial a new audio VAR system for the League Cup semi-finals. Something Rory Jennings said on TalkSport earlier today has really got my blood pumping, really got my blood boiling, and I need to get it out. I need to get it out how I feel and get out how I feel about him because he's an absolute fucking idiot. I have got a poll in the chat, guys. 5 votes so far, so do get in, do hit that poll. I said, is it time to change the manager? 40% say yes, 60% say no. So 60% of the 5 votes are behind Ange Postecoglou, which is great to see. Also, guys, if you can, hit the like button, hit subscription if you can. Also, do pick up your memberships. You've only got 48 hours. Anyway, you got to tomorrow to pick up your memberships, and after that, New Year's Day, we will be doing the draw for the signed Paul Gascoigne shirt. So who's ever got a membership by midnight tomorrow night, that's it. You're in that draw. You will see and your name. We're going to do it live on air. We're going to do a big, I think we've got it on a big wheel. And all members will be put on that wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. And then whichever name it drops on, we will give you it as well. And of course, it is January transfer window month as well. So we're going to be busy with loads of nonsense and rumors and sending us wild out of, is it going to come? Is it going to come? Yeah, midnight. We could have midnight breaking news. Tottenham signed Bob Marley if he was still alive, or Tottenham signed Mr. Bean, the centre back. Who knows? Things like that. Big up to Wayne Bonner. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well and having a great Monday. Yeah, having a not bad Monday. It's, it's a bit weird this time of year, isn't it? Because we're in between Christmas and New Year. You don't know which day it is because you're sort of confused because Christmas sort of sent you all over the place. So, last day of 2024, tomorrow will be the last stream of 2024, which is going to be good fun. We're going to have a bit of fun with that. And also, guys, if you can, I've asked the guys in the group chat I'm in to put their best Spurs game of 2024 tomorrow on the stream, guys. When we do that stream, do put in what has been your best game. Have a think about it tonight. So tomorrow, do put in what is your best game of 2024. I've got a few already, and some of them were quite surprising. Mine's going to go right back to the start, I think, of January last year. There was a game the early part last year. We're going to go back there. So that's where I'm going. But do have a think about it and put it in the chat tomorrow. Big up to Chill Music. Ange needs to leave. I'm siding with the kid. No, fair enough. Look, I got no problem with you saying that. And I think you're in your right to say it. I think you're in your right to have your opinion on Ange. I think I would love to know, Chill Music, what's your stance on the ownership? What's your stance on Daniel Levy and John Lang and Enoch and the way that are you behind them? Are you sort of, I would love to know where your stance in on that. And also, who do you want to come in? If you want Ange gone, who do you want to come in as new manager then? Who do you see out there that can take this group of players and take them forward? And also, I want to put a question to you all guys that are watching. Do you feel a change of manager, especially with the Liverpool games coming up? Do you feel a change of tactics might actually help us get to Wembley? So let me know what you think on that. But also your comments to that in the comment section as well. If you are Ange out, which you're very welcome here, you're respected, you're very welcome. Enjoy the show. Do hit the like button, subscription button. I'm not gonna time you out or ban you or tell you to go away because you're Ange out. You're welcome to come in, sit with us. And this is what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build a community here on this channel that is respectful, that respects every other people's opinion. I don't care if you're Levy in, Levy out, Ange in, Ange out, or fucking James Madison lover. I don't care. as long as you support Tottenham Hotspur, and that's what it all should be. Come in, put your comments in, we'll discuss it. Also, put them into a super chat if you can as well, guys, or a super sticker. It does help us grow. It does help us um do help us grow and help us get to the next level. That's what we want to get. We're over the 2K mark now. We're going for 3K. We're going for that. This time next year, we want to be over 3K. And that is my dream. That is my between the 30th of December 2024 by the 30th of December 2025, I want to be over 3K. And that is my aim. And that's what I'm determined to do, because we're going to bring you the best shows on YouTube, the best content. As the 1st of January hits round, we've got a few days now. We're going to start putting together some content for you. And by next season, we're going to have the best content on YouTube. And I'm going to make sure we damn well do have that. Big up to Wayne Bonner. If the owners on board have anything about them, they have already started talking with clubs and buyers to bring them in. Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you? And you would think with Paratici being there, maybe that is being done. I've seen some reports today that Paratici's already started to bring players in, already got players lined up, ready to go. So let's see where it goes. Let's see where it takes. It's going to be an interesting month. We do need a couple of bodies. I do have a bit of information on that, and maybe I'll bring that up now, guys. Where is it now? Here we go. Now, this is what Ange is looking for. This was on Paul O'Keefe's Twitter page or X page today. Spurs are in the market this season. I have double checked this with my source. I'm waiting for it to get back and confirm. But Paul O'Keefe, I think you can be pretty safe with. We're looking for a goalkeeper, a centre back, a winger, and a striker. So we're looking for 4 different positions. And let's start with the goalkeeper first. I think the goalkeeper should have been sorted out in the summer. But look, we're going to have to bring in somebody else. Fraser Foster, for how good he's been, there's a stat somewhere. He's conceded 15 goals out of, I think, was it 15 goals or 23 goals out of 15 appearances or something like that, where Vicario was only 10 conceded 10 goals out of 15 appearances. Something along them way. We need new centre backs, wingers, and a striker. We do need somebody to back up Solanke. We can't just leave it all to him. So they're the 4 people we're going for in January transfer window. So let's hope we get what we want. If we can get all 4 of them in, I'd be over the moon. 3 out of 2, even better. 2 out of 2, that'd be fifth. That'd be okay for me. 1 out of 4 would be woeful, and then none of them. Then I don't know what we're doing. Seriously, I don't know what we're doing. We've got here, big up Chaser. Enoch and Levy's causing so much trouble for themselves. I would go for Xavi or Allegri for the next manager. Now, there is rumors about Allegri coming to Spurs. There's also rumors about the former Dortmund manager coming to Spurs. I can tell you that is not true. That was from a Turkish newspaper, Turkish sports paper, which is, I wouldn't take much sense in it, much heed of it anyway. But Xavi or Allegri, I prefer Xavi, if I'm being honest with you, Chill Music. That's the way I would go. If Ange was to go, I would love Xavi to come, because I love the way Xavi plays football. I love the way he sets up his teams. I love the way that his philosophy of the game, and I just love watching Xavi. He was such a brilliant player when he was playing as well. And he can work with a tight budget. Look what he did at Barcelona. Worked on a tight budget over there. Didn't do too bad with them. So that's what I'll go for. But big up. And then at least I've got no problem with you being Ange out. And I need people like you in the chat to keep me on my toes. That's the job. You have to keep me on my toes, because you can't have just one echo chamber. You can't have just one person saying, this is what I believe in. You lot have to believe what I believe in. Don't work like that. You have a voice as well. You have an opinion as well. So you put your opinions in the chat, and we'll talk about them. And that's what football's all about. It's all about opinions and talking about it, and agreeing and disagreeing, but to the point where you can go down to the pub afterwards and have a couple of pints and have a laugh about it. That's what football's about. It's about opinions. That's what it is. Big up to Wayne Bonner. Get rid of Lee, get rid of Ange, but Levy and Enoch stay. Then within 6 months, some of this fan base will turn on the next manager who will have to deal with the same injuries. Yeah. I mean, look, Wayne, you and me have seen enough of this over the years to know where this is heading. We've seen this before. Where are we going with this? Where are we? Where are we going? I mean, what are we going for? What are we trying to build here at Tottenham? And I don't know. I was stuck for words yesterday after that game. I left the game. I turned off the computer and I turned to like Mrs. Tron. She said, "How do you feel?" And I said, "Deflated." That's how I felt. Deflated yesterday. I felt tired, deflated, fed up. Didn't want to know anything Spurs. Ended up watching the darts last night, which was, I don't normally watch darts, but I watched it last night. And I must have watched the best game of darts in my life. It was absolutely fantastic. And of course, who was there? Who was there at the darts? Of course, was Brendan Johnson and James Maddison. Look, in my view, right, I was just speaking to Philip Brady about this on the phone. Now, Philip Brady doesn't have a problem with this. He doesn't. I do. Because I feel after everyone's entitled to go out. I get that. They have lives outside of football. And as Philip said to me, they probably got sponsors tickets and they had to go that night. If they went tonight, I wouldn't have minded. And I don't mind them going out and enjoying themselves. They got a few days off. Let your hair down. Get away from it all. I get it. And it's two mates going out watching the darts. I do get that too. But after yesterday, and rarely James Maddison not putting in performances like he wants that he should be. Brendan Johnson in and out of form. I just find it a bit hard to I find it a bit hard to pill to take after yesterday's performance. And yet, I know, to be fair, yeah, and they do deserve a night out. They do deserve it. I get it. I do understand that. And maybe it's been planned, as you just said, Chili Music, could have been planned weeks ago. Could have been. It could have been sponsored tickets. They don't know. They couldn't know how the games were going to go. But I feel if they went tonight, I wouldn't have had so much of a problem with it because of last night. And maybe because it's the game. Maybe it's because we haven't won at home in the last 5 games. Maybe it's just a combination of everything. And maybe I just feel a bit too soon, lads. But look, it is what it is. I've seen the response. I did love Madison's response when somebody said to him, "You shouldn't be there," blah, blah, blah. He just went, "Shut up, you Wally." I mean, I did love the response. I have to say, it's more or less, well, feck you. I'm going to go to the darts if you like it or fecking not. I'm doing it my way. So I love I did love his response, by the way. It was funny. But look, it is what it is. I just felt a bit ill-timed, but look, it is what it is. But yeah, it could have been. I just felt if they went tonight, I wouldn't have minded so much. It was going last night because of the result and the results we've been on, and they haven't been in great form themselves. And I just felt, was it a bit too soon? Maybe, but I don't know. Well, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Who am I to say? Who am I to say? Wayne Bonner says they should have done proper business in the summer. This is what I keep going back to, Wayne, and I think you've heard me say this before. The summer windows come back to bite them on the ass. It rarely have. They should have done the proper business summer instead of the crap they always do. They got lucky with Gray. Did they get lucky to get Gray and with Gray? They rarely did. And Archie Gray, for me, has been an absolute sensation this season. He's been asked to play in different positions where he doesn't normally play. He's been asked to play at right back. He's been asked to play centre back. And I think he's done extremely well. I really do. And I do feel that Archie Gray is going to be the find of the season. I do feel that. But look, it is what it is. But I think we were lucky with Gray, and I think we got lucky with Bergville as well, by the way. He's put in some good, decent performances as well. I think some of them senior players could look at them two young lads and think, we'll take a leaf out of their book. Big up to Mr. Brady, the Godfather, the man that's on Rushmore Mountain up there in the THFC Till I Die. We've bought that mountain. We've named it THFC Till I Die Mountain. He's up there with Wilton McDonald, Philip M. And Philip. We've got space for one more. And we've taken Donald Trump down because Philip was going to knock the mountain down. So we've done that. We're talking about him as well. And we had a giggle on Donald Trump. So it's going to be fun. If Ange is sacked, then we're stuck with Levy. Yay. Really exciting. Yeah. Thanks, Philip. That's just really just brought the mood down. Thanks. Wayne says, Ange, but I know you are Ange, man. I know you are. I know you are Ange. Chili Music says, I wouldn't argue with you about Ange because it is just football, but I love the banter. I love it's not arguing, it's more of the debates, and people have different debates and different opinions, and different people see the game with different eyes. And I think it's a wonderful sport if you do, like, we all love it. And I think it is. I think it's different opinions isn't such a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing. It isn't a bad to have me to have a different opinion to you. It's not. It really isn't. Got to be fair, man. Yeah, they could have planned it. They could have, as I said, they could have planned it weeks ago, but I just felt tonight wouldn't have been so bad. I think I'm just so disappointed with the result anyway. Figure up, Mr. Brady said we are exactly where the Gunners were with Arteta. They stuck with him and it paid off. Same will happen with stick with Ange. Yeah, something, what was I reading the other day or listening to today? Oh yeah, that idiot. Rory Jennings, that comment was brought up. And he said it's not an example to go by. That every manager now, and he called some of these second-rate managers in the Premier League, I think he said, if I'm not trying to quote him correctly, because I don't listen to him, I think he talks absolute garbage. I still want to debate him. I still want to get him on here and tell him that he's an idiot and he's just a Chelsea fanboy, and just stick to talking about Chelsea and don't talk about Tottenham. Take Tottenham outside of your effing mouth because you don't deserve to talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Or you just keep talking about your team down in West London. Don't bother talking about Spurs. And you can take that other Chelsea fan with you who did play for us and is anti-Tottenham. And I've never heard so much garbage come out of his gob either the last month. And he said that we should look at the Arteta thing. That was a one-off. Arteta was nearly get the sack. Well, I think we should look at the Arteta way. We should look what happened at Arsenal. And we should look at that. The Arsenal board stuck by him, provided him with backing with players that he wanted. And look at them now. The last 2 seasons, they've nearly won the league championship. They've won 1 FA Cup in what, 5-6 years? You know, and he's still in the job. So why can't we not do the same? Why can't we not follow that model? There was a lot of fans, and still is a lot of Arsenal fans, that mates of mine, friends of mine that I know that want Arteta out. So what's the point of getting rid of another manager? We have to do it. We have to stick by Ange. We have to. And we have to back him in the transfer window. We have to give him the players he needs for the squad to continue, because we need players in. We're desperate for bodies. We can't keep going on like this. We've got Wayne Bonner. Johnson does nothing on the pitch, but scores the odd goal there and now and again. Look, I'm Johnson's biggest fan. I think he's got all the talent in the world to really become a really good player. But when I saw him against Nottingham Forest in that second half, that really frustrated me with him, because he went hiding. He's a habit of going hiding. I've heard people talk about this, him going hiding in games and hiding behind defenders. And I thought, well, I've never really seen that. I saw it against Forest. He went hiding. There was a point in the game where Kulu had the ball. And I think they were about 10 or 15 yards off the Forest 6-yard area. And he had the ball and he didn't have options to his right, but he had options to his left. Literally, Johnson went hiding round the back of the Forest player. Cooley was stuck with the ball in the middle, had nobody to pass it to. Johnson then was forced out to come out of hiding to take the ball. And then when he did get the ball, he lost it. And then he turns up to yesterday and scores a cracker of a goal. With Johnson, it's one way you're either going to get a really good performance out of him or a really bad performance out of him. He's so inconsistent. And as for James Maddison as well, when he came on, and he's another player that desperately wants to get back into the England squad, desperately wants to go to the World Cup in 2026, desperately wants to prove that the manager was wrong to drop him from the last European Championships. Well, he's not doing anything playing for us, proving Gareth Southgate wrong. I think Gareth Southgate probably made the right decision. And if he wants to go to the next World Cup, he wants to be involved in the next World Cup qualifying campaign and then the World Cup, he has to start picking up his performances for Tottenham. And he's not doing that. He came on yesterday and he just didn't do anything. Timo Werner, another player that came on, somebody crossed the ball to him, I think, and he couldn't even trap the ball. He couldn't even take the ball down. It just went straight under his foot. And his body language, I watch Chris Cowland when the players go into the big up Chris Cowland. If you're watching, I don't think he would be watching my little puny channel, but if he does, big up. And his body language after the game was like, the confidence was zapped out of him. He was just standing there, hands on hips, by the dugout, absolutely dejected. He looked dejected as hell. And it's like he's in his own nightmare. And I look, as much as I think Timo Werner I really wanted him to work out and it hasn't worked out. I feel sorry for him yesterday. I really felt for him yesterday. And whatever it is, maybe he's good in the German league, maybe good in European leagues, maybe the Premier League's not for him. But I understand what Ange wanted him about, because when he does go, he does go. And when he does play well, he does play well, but he hasn't played well enough. He's been so inconsistent, and some games he's been okay, some games he hasn't. A bit like Johnson, it's just inconsistencies. Same as Maddison. Absolutely played a blinder against Man City, but against Ipswich or against Nottingham Forest or against Wolves yesterday, comes on, does nothing. And we've got too many players like this doing this at the moment. And the problem is that then shows they're throwing the manager under the bus. Then that puts pressure on Ange Postecoglou. And then that pressure goes up to Daniel Levy. Does he then the question start being asked, do we sack him? Who do we bring in? Now, Ange Postecoglou has the backing of the board. But results have to improve. So will yesterday's game, somebody put it in the chat, will yesterday's game be a turning point in Ange's season? Will it be a turning point in, say, that a point now is the way to go? Maybe the point was, that was the best point we could get to change our momentum, to change something in the squad, to do something different, and maybe not losing. If we'd lost that game, I think the fallout would have been a lot worse than what the fallout was already bad anyway. Everyone wanted Ange out. But the problem is, who do we replace him with? We can't keep changing managers. It doesn't work. Doesn't work, and it will never work. We've got owners just don't care. They just keep plodding along. We'll do just about enough to get managers through. He's managing with one hand tied behind his back. Wayne was absolutely spot on early when he said we didn't do enough in the summer transfer window. It came back to bite us on the arse, and now we're struggling. Now we are struggling, and now we're struggling with injuries and with players that are nowhere near good enough. And it has to change. We have to do something in the window. We have to give Ange a helping hand. We have to help him out. And if Ange isn't the man to bring us forward, and they feel that something else another manager can take us to the next level, then bring him in now. Bring him in now. Bring him in now. Just do it now. Because we cannot keep going through this cycle of, and I feel sorry for the likes of Man United fans and Colin as well, who's a brother to me, a co-owner of this channel and a very good co-host as well. And I've seen him suffer when Man United under Ten Hag and the way the Glazers have run Manchester United. And their stadium is falling to bits. But I'll tell you one damn thing, they've won stuff. They've won in Europe. They've won under Mourinho. Every manager they brought in when Alex Ferguson's left, they may not have been a success, but they've won trophies. Ten Hag wasn't the greatest manager in the world. You know, at the end, everyone wanted him out, but he damn well won them 2 FA Cups. Every manager we've brought in, they've never taken us to any level apart from Ramos, and he won us a League Cup, and that's it. Poch is probably the nearest manager we've got to that won us anything. And I've always stated, and I've always said it, and I'll say it again, if Poch had somebody more experienced next to him, maybe in them moments of them finals, maybe them moments of decisions that had to be made, maybe if you had somebody experienced and saying, well, I wouldn't do this, I would do that, follow that advice, maybe would have won a couple of League Cups or an FA Cup or a Champions League or won a league. We've always been the bridesmaid. We've never been the bride. And we're going to continue doing that as long as this ownership keeps going on the way it's going in. I've never been Levy out. I've never been Levy, I want Levy gone. I've never been as vocal or as, and I probably won't go down that road of being very vocal. But let's put it this way. I've had enough. I think this is my breaking point. Watching a manager come in that I wanted to succeed so well, wanted to win us something, and he's not been backed, and that's because of the ownership don't know how to back a manager. They're an investment company. Their programming, their core values is to make money, and we want to get more back of our investment. Which is, if you got any other company, which is great. If you're doing that in something in the city, or you run your own business, of course you're going to want to make money. But you don't do that. We're running a football club. You got to run it hand in hand, and they're not running it hand in hand. And I don't get business. I'm not qualified for business at all. Left school with no qualifications. Left school, couldn't read or write, just about. Dyslexic, the rest of it. But up here, I know if you're going to run a football club, you got to run it. You got to run the football side of it with the business side of it and run it hand in hand. You cannot keep going along and thinking, well, okay, we'll put a go-kart track on today. We'll get Beyonce in. We'll get NFL in. But any money we'll make off that, we'll stick it in our own hip pocket and won't put it back into the football club. The football club must come first. It has to come first. Then why are we here? Why am I doing this channel? It might as well be called Enoch and Leavely Till We Die instead of THFC Till We Die. Do you know, it cannot keep going on like this. And I've got to my breaking point because of the way they're treating Ange Postecoglou, because of the way they treated him in the summer, the way they've treated other managers. Well, we had two, the greatest managers to ever grace the Premier League, in Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte. And neither of them managers, we sacked 5 days before Cup final for whatever reason, which we will never know. Had it something to do with the Super League, had it to do something with Levy didn't want to pay out a cup winning bonus, had something to do with Mourinho not wanting to wanting the rest players because Levy wanted top 4 and Mourinho was trying to keep them for the cup final. We'll never know. We probably will find out one day when Jose Mourinho writes his memoirs. But I just want my team to do well. I'm 50 in 2 years' time. For the love of God, let us see win another trophy. I know I'm behind in the chat, so I'm now going to go through the chat. Big up to Philip. He said if they had gone to the darts Saturday night, wouldn't be a problem, not Sunday. You know what I'm getting at. I know what you're saying. That yeah, I get it, but I just after yesterday, I think I was a little bit deflated after yesterday. Wayne says, "Do human beings outside football? They have lives and passions and hobbies like the rest of fair play." Yeah, I get it. I think it was just yesterday, Wayne. I'm not trying to have a pop over at them, but I think I think I was so deflated after yesterday. I think it was just yeah, I was just really just angry with the game yesterday. But look, it is what it is. I agree with you. They do have they are human beings, do have to do something to switch off. And if James, look, I enjoyed the darts last night. And I hope they had a wonderful time. I hope they had a great time. And I hope they let their hair down. And I hope they come back now with a mentality in a few days' time. We're going to put this right. United are 2 down already to Newcastle. And I said to you, Philip, I think Man United might beat them. Wow. Ooh. Who's United playing, Philip? Newcastle. Well, who are, yeah, well, you're right about that, Philip. Again, the man, the prophecy, the man that knows his football. See, that is it. You watch football for 60 years, you get to know it. You watch it for 40 years, you haven't got a damn clue. So big up to the Godfather. And where was your Christmas speech? Everyone expected the Godfather Christmas speech. Didn't get one. Very disappointed. Yeah. So all we had, just very quickly, Phil, all we had, the English people, hello over there to English viewers, they had the King's speech. Us Irish Spurs fans needed the Godfather speech. So maybe we might get a New Year's Eve one. Newcastle are a good team. They'll give us no end of problems on Saturday. Yeah, looking forward to that. Like I'm looking forward to a hole in the head. Maybe if I drink enough tomorrow night, I might be still hungover for that game on Saturday. That I'd be too ill to do it. No, that ain't going to work. I'm going to still have to do it. And I do apologize yesterday for no Tottenham team talks. It was totally my cock up, my fault. What happened was I was looking for a stream for the game. I did Dave's show and I left Dave's in. I left Dave's with plenty of time to do Tottenham team talks. And then I couldn't get a stream for the game. I had problems with my camera and everything just ran out of time. And I was so flustered and so disorganized. I'm just going to cut the show off and do it during the watch along. It was my own fault. I do apologize to everyone, but don't worry. Tottenham Team Talks will be back for the next game and I will be more professional. I do apologize. I'm very sorry because I know Wayne pops in for that show all the time. So look, I do apologize, guys. Philip Brady, Gary Neville was pleading to VAR to disallow the goal for a non-existent foul. Really? What happened? Did the player fall over in the opposition penalty area? Did the goalkeeper fall over? Is that what happened? Anyway, we'll find out. Big up. What happens if Ange relegates Tottenham and results on big up? We're not going to get relegated. Considering we're only 10 points off Leicester. When oh dear. Oh dear. I love that. What happens if we're not going to get relegated, man? We're not. We're 20, 10 points off Leicester. Nah, ain't gonna happen. But I get your point. Roy Jennings is that's a quiz for the show for you guys, right? Please put into the blanks of Philip Brady's comment here. Rory Jennings is the funniest one will get comment of the stream. Wait until your music, then we start again. Levy and Nate will find themselves in the position they created. Yeah. Best of said enough. Exactly. My sources, DJ sent me a big up to DJ. My sources are telling me, see, it's starting already. Not even the window's open, and we've started already. My sources are telling me. I'm still waiting for my source to wake up. He's gone into hibernation. I think he wakes up on New Year's Eve. My sources are telling me that Tottenham scouts are looking at Marcus Rashford. No, thank you. Please, no. I don't want them anywhere near Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think he's a good player. I've heard enough from Colin telling me how bad he is. I don't want them anywhere near Tottenham. Please, no. Philip says United's defence makes ours looks rock solid. They're all over the place. God help Colin. I feel sorry for Colin. Bless him. I think we'll lose against Newcastle. Do you know what? For what I'm hearing, I think you may be right. I hope not. I've never backed my team to lose. Never, ever in my lifetime have I backed Spurs to lose. But I may stretch to a draw for that game. Big up Marcus Rashford. It's a 50-50 for me. Perhaps if he changed clubs, he'd pick up, but I'm not sure. I'd take him as well. Do you think Ange might get a tune out of him, though, Wayne? Maybe Ange might. No to Rashford, rather have Grealish. That's the other rumour going around that with. I would tell you the rumour I found, and it was funny. Where is it now? Right, hang on. Sorry, just going through a lot now. Where did I put it? Now? I put it in one of our private group chats. Hang on, just let me just see, because I did put it in, because I put it in there for safekeeping. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. Breaking news. This was on X, by the way. Tottenham have reached agreement with Manchester City for a short-term loan of Jack Grealish, beginning on January 32nd. There you go. There is no such thing as January 32nd. City recover majority of wages, short-term deal until July. Levy said to be the mastermind behind this deal. Well, if he can pull off a deal for the 32nd of January, fair play to him. See, it's already started already. Big up to here. I feel sorry for your column. Really do. It says, F the lot of them off the bed. God love you. Seriously, column. God love you, man. God love you. And please do send in your good one. Oh dear. But yeah, big. I feel sorry for your column. You know, you are where I am at the moment with our team. Absolutely fed up with them. I'm not big into Grealish either. Tends to fall over way too much. Acts as those Graham Roberts put a boot on. Great. I'll tell you one thing, Rain. If Graham Roberts was in this Tottenham side, he would sort out a few players. He would put a few players. He would hang them. Him and Steve Perriman, Tony Galvin, Paul Miller. Who else? Ozzy, Ricky, Mickey Hazard, Tony Galvin. They would put some of these players to shame, mate. For me, Gray has been exceptional. Same here. Whatever we paid for him, he was a steal. It was a steal. And look, for me, Gray's going to be player of the season for me. He really will. Between him and Kulu, to be fair, Man United look worse than us. Yeah, they do. Man United. Look, this has been a weird season, Premier League season, by the way. It's been an extremely weird one. I think it's one of them seasons where you get one team that pulls up, Nottingham Forest are up to second or third in the league. It's one of those seasons. Can you imagine Nottingham Forest back in Champions League football again? They haven't been there since the days of Brian Clough. Imagine Nuno taking Nottingham Forest to the Champions League. Big up to Mary W. Hope you're doing well, my dear, and Happy New Year to you and your whole family. I hope you're doing well. And big up, Mary. She says, get rid of Mason, attacking coach. A joke. Yeah, he's supposed to be our defense coach as well. So, yeah, I agree with you. Get rid of Mason. But Mason won't go, Mary. You know that. But Happy New Year to you. And I hope you're doing well. Big up to Big Bad Ron with a love for the face with little love hearts around it. Hello. Welcome, Big Bad Ron. Welcome to the show. He says, howdy all. And he says, Ange, Levy, get out. Do you know what? I agree with that, Big Bad Ron. 100%. You're a man off my own heart. Look at that. There, you're speaking to Dermatron there. Back the manager with top quality for F up. Yeah, exactly. That's what we've got to do. We've got to back the manager with top quality players. If we don't, then how can the manager do his job? It's as simple as that. Daniel Levy's had 20-odd years to get this right. Please, Amanda Stavely, if you're doing anything, just get the takeover done. I'm sick of waiting. United are a shambles from top to bottom. Make us look like the greatest team in the world. And everyone, look, I did say at the time, look at what Jim Ratcliffe did at Lyon. Is it Lyon in France? Is it Lyon? Can't remember. Maybe somebody in chat might let me know. He's totally didn't do anything with them. And why I thought he would do anything with Man United, he was like brought in as the new Messiah. I don't think Jim Ratcliffe is the man to bring Manchester United back to their former glories. Maybe Colin might disagree with me, probably would do. And I would expect him to too, being a Man United fan. But I don't think they are. And I think the sheikh that was trying to bite them may come back in and make another bid for Man United. Because of their debts are crippling them. And they had a man there. What I don't get about the Man United takeover, right? And it's a bit like Tottenham as well. Why would you turn down somebody that's going to write off your debts for you? If somebody came to Daniel Levy, say, right, Daniel, I'm going to give you whatever much for the club. I'm going to write off the club's debts as well. That means pay off the stadium, everything, you're debt free. Daniel Levy will bite your man's hand off and say, thank you very much. There's the stadium. There you go. There's a football club. Thank you very much. I'm off to the Bahamas for the next 30 years of my life, just lying on the beach, watching my bald head get even browner. And the Glazers go, I tell you what, lads, we won't take that deal because that's going to be, we won't be in the control of anything. So we take Jim Ratcliffe in. We're still in control of Man United. We're still going to run the club into the ground. We've still got all these debts. But there's somebody there that's willing. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Because somebody explained to me why. I'm sure Daniel Levy, as much as we all don't like the man, I'm sure he's not stupid enough. If somebody came in and said, here's 4.5 billion for Tottenham, and we're also going to pay off your debts as well. He would bite your man's hand off completely. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Daniel Levy would do what the Glazers did. Said, no, I'll take you, mate. You can invest into the club, and we keep it going how it's going. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not the attack; it's the injury hit defense. Yeah, I think you could be right there, Philip. I think you could be right. Big Baron, give this manager some top players. Levy, you change the highest ticket prices to spend the money. Don't get on to me about this. And there's a protest happening. I think tonight or tomorrow. I think it was tonight. Newcastle game, West Ham, Tottenham, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool fans as well, all getting together about the increase in ticket prices. Now, something I will be talking about in the new year. I think it's a campaign we need to get all behind. I think we need to wake up these clubs to the pricing us fans out the game. They are. They're pricing this out of the game. They're pricing this out of going to watch our club. And there was a lot of pictures yesterday on X. Today I was watching of fans wearing half and half scarves in the South Stand. Look, I don't mind. I'm a tourist fan myself. I come from Ireland to watch Tottenham. I don't get to go to every game. When I lived in England, I used to go to every game. I was a season ticket holder a long, long time ago. Used to go to all the games at White Hart Lane, home and away. Moved to Ireland, I get to 1 or 2 games a year. I get to 1 game at most. And I will be going to this year, I think, to the Crystal Palace game. But I don't know why these half and half scarves really get me. If you're sitting in the South Stand, you're a Tottenham through and through. You're a Tottenham fan through and through. You don't sit there with a half and half scarf on. For 1 game, you might be going for the 1 game for the rest of your life. You may never go to another Tottenham game again. And as I said, you can class me as a tourist fan because I come from Ireland. But I just don't know. The atmosphere is not there. Something's just not right. And I don't know what it is. It really just bugs me. But again, it's something I will talk about in the new year because I want to do my research on it. But the clubs are pricing genuine fans out of the game where we can't go to watch our beloved Tottenham. I just want to see one manager backed by Levy, but that one happened. Levy get out. Yeah, I think I'm on that. I think a lot of people said Martin Yeo was their breaking point. A lot of people say Pochettino was their breaking point. Ange Postecoglou is my breaking point. That's it. Simple as. Levy needs to back a manager for once. He does, DJ. Agree with you. Wayne, yesterday was genuinely shit, although I missed the first 26 minutes. The first half, Wayne, we were I was buzzing. I sat on here, and I think a few people are in here with me. I was like a cat on a hot tin roof. I was buzzing. I was pumped. It's going, come on, Tottenham. Yeah, come on. We can do this. We can do. Yeah, we're going to win. and giving it all out, like bow to Ange Postecoglou and apologise. You've been slagging him now. Apologise, get down on your knees. Apologise 2-1 up, like thinking, right, we're going to score 3 and 4 now. And then second half was shit. Second half was genuinely shit. Wait for the new year. Yay! Big up to Kiwi Spurs TV. Big up Dermo. Big up Kiwi Spurs TV. I'm trying to get hold of you, man, because I want to get you on the show. I want to do some shows with you in the new year. So send us an email. Our email's in the link below, I think. Or find me on X at James James Moyles 10. Find me on there. Or you can find me also on TikTok as well. But send us a message. Send us how we get involved. I want to get you on a few shows, sir. I want to do a few stuff for you and get linked up with Kiwi Sports. Get linked up with the New Zealand Spurs fan base, so we can do some shows together, sir. So get in touch. I would love to do some shows with you. It's all right for you, Damien. You can change channel. You can change the channel during the Newcastle game. I'll be in the stadium hoping it's not slow. No, I will not change the channel. I will be doing the watch along. Full pelt to the end. I'm going to be depressed. And do send us a fan can in as well, Wayne. Send us a fan can in if you can. Send it to our email. Take a little video. Do a little blog for us if you can for the day. And let us know and give us your thoughts. Might send you the link before the game and maybe you come on and give us your thought. And get your contact details and I'll send you a... I know Tequila has your details, so get Tequila to send them to me, and we'll send you the link and come on for the Tottenham team talks or the just before the game, or maybe at full time. Come on, give us your thoughts. But look, enjoy the game. I'm really jealous you're going. Really jealous. Big up to Early Doors Football TV, the only West Ham fan that I do respect and do admire. He says, "Evening, Dermot. You're looking for a manager. I know one's a bit battered. 2 ball ties. Got over 200,000 miles on the clock. Interested? No, thank you. You can have our owner if you want. He's bald-headed. He's got a few. He's very new. He's got 100,000 miles on the clock. Very good, Nick. You can have him if you like. But no, you're okay. You stick with your manager. We've got the best manager in the land, hopefully. Rory Jennings, this boring old fart bag. Yeah, that's it. Big up to Neil Shaft and Grealish at such value for money. He hasn't scored a goal. How many days? Yeah, exactly. Bill could Forest be this season's Leicester? I think it could be. I think it could be. The real let me get my teeth in. The real N7 Yid Lewis, his ego is bigger than the club. Levy's is bigger than, yeah, that is so true. Levy doesn't wear hearing aids. Which is why he is deaf, dumb, and blind. I bet he can't play pinball because he certainly can't play Football Manager. From now on, Levy should be called Tommy. Do you know what? That is a great song. I love that song anyway. Big up to Ed M. Big up, Ed. Hope you're doing well. Listen, guys, whoever hasn't got a membership, do pick them up because you do have to the 31st tomorrow to New Year's Eve to pick up your memberships to get in a chance to win the Paul Gascoigne side Tottenham shirt, which we're giving away on New Year's Day for the 2K giveaway. So do, even if it's the 99-cent one, just do that. Get in the draw. I want as many of you in there so many of you can have a chance to win this shirt. And listen, if you don't win, we're going to start doing members-only shows. We're going to start doing members-only content as well. We're going to do a fan show as well that only members can come on in the new year. So do pick up your memberships. It's going to be well worth it. We've got a lot planned for you members from the 1st of January onwards. Big up to Neil Shafton. Oh, hang on, I didn't read up it. Ed Ems, he said it was Nice. Oh, that was it. Nice, that was it. That and the Sunday fans warned United fans about Brexit. You did. You did, Ed. You did, Ed. You really did. I know you did. This is the only way Levy would have to get off the publican shine called crapper and face the people who continue to give him their money, which is all he understands. Cut off the revenue. Yeah. Also, Dermot, says Mary, the legend. She's up there on the mountain as well. She's now up there on the THFC Legends Mountain. She's also told me the fans have to walk miles to the ground. Really not user-friendly. Tourists only ones afford it. Yeah. And look, you can class me as a tourist as well. coming for Ireland like a Doris fan. I do get it. I do understand it. But I think we've been so priced out of the game at the moment, and football has gone so far the other way. It's not a working man's game anymore. It's not for the working man or the working family. You can't bring your kids or your wife to a game. It'll cost you a fortune. You'll have to take out a second mortgage to go to a game now. Where I remember going with my dad when I was a wee kid, and it cost him 6, 7, 8 quid, 8 quid, 9 quid. Do you know? I think I remember going up to 15 quid for a ticket. Do you know? It's gone crazy, Mary, and maybe the game we love, so we grew up watching, and the team we grew up watching. I wonder what Bill Nick or Arthur Rowe or I wonder what Keith Birkinshaw sees the club now and what he thinks of it. Do you know? There's no history there. We've got no statues. We've got no nothing. That's my biggest bugbear as well with this ownership. We don't celebrate our history. We do not celebrate our history, and I'm going to do a show in that in the new year as well. Really am. I really want to do a show. I am going to do a show where I put my piece on this history bit because we need to do more. We really do. But big up, Mary. Thank you so much. And again, Happy New Year to you. Hope you have a wonderful 2025. Big up to DJ. We're looking for Jack Grealish on loan. My sources just told me. Yeah, I'm hearing sort of the same thing as well. I don't know if it's true. I'm waiting for confirmation from my source. I will ask the question. Is there any news? There you go. I did send a nice little message to our source. Well, yeah, so I'll wait to hear for any breaking news. By the way, guys, you will hear it here first and fastest. Absolutely. Big up. Newcastle have been very sloppy in the last 10 minutes. United should have been back in it. Bad and all as they've been. I quite like Amory as a manager. I think he will get it right there. There will be a dangerous side, I think, United next season. Big up to Derek Hutchison. Big up, Derek. Hope you're doing well. Levy's circus is a beeping joke. Levy and his cronies need to do one. Yeah, I'm getting that way now. Early Door said, Dermot, I don't know what would be worse, Levy or Sullivan. Maybe don't know what. Probably both. Definitely Sullivan early doors. Yeah. Do you know what? Thinking about it, probably. And then we've got early doors just saying, and I don't know, he keeps this manager for a couple more games. It's draining us as fans. Neil Shafton says, members only THFC till I die limited edition members only jackets made by members only. We are looking into merchandise. It's something we are looking into. So watch this space. We have talked about it. That's because Sullivan was the one that wanted Lupa Leggy, rest of the board, Sensen didn't. Yeah, 100% says early doors. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, that is the chat. Let's get involved. Let's go and talk about the game that is yesterday. Of course, we did play Everton at the greatest stadium in the world, the greatest place to play football, the homage, the absolute, a bit like going to see the Pope, like going to the Vatican. That's what it's like going to the Hotspurs, White Hart Lane. It's like you're going there, you're going to see some worshiping. You're going to worship the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, there was 61,284 of them were there. And the referee was Chris Kavanagh, who was absolutely with, and it was 2-2. Spurs were 2-1 up ahead at half time. Of course, it was Wolves that took the lead after the 7th minute. Bentancur with a bullet header after 12. And then Johnson then gave them the lead into deep in the first half, injury time. And then Larson got the equaliser in the 87th minute, which looked to me a bit offside, by the way. But, you know, there you go. We've talked about Manson and Johnson. These are the match stats, guys. Tottenham, 47.9 possession. Wolves, 52.1. 3 shots each. 13 on target for Spurs. 11 for Wolves. 603 touches for Spurs. 632 touches for Wolverhampton Wanderers. 415 passes for Spurs. 457 passes for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So stats-wise, they did outplay us yesterday, to be fair. Apart from shots and targets, they out-touched us, and they passed us as well. Just stop that. Thank you. That's better. Hang on, just give it 2 seconds, guys. I just need to check something. Might have some breaking news, might not. We've got these at okay. That hasn't happened yet. Right. These are Fraser Foster stats against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Statistics tallied, minutes played 90, touches 26, 1 save made, 2 goals conceded, goals prevented minus 0.84, passes completed 13 out of 21, so a 62% pass rate, and then 1 high claims. So that was his performance yesterday. This was the team, guys, I picked yesterday. This is the team that Ange picked. These are my player ratings. So let me go through them. I give Fraser Foster a 5. I've got Porro a 6. Dragson and Gray 7 each. I give you a Doggy a 6. He went off injured with a hamstring injury. Bentancur 6. I thought he was brilliant. He scored a goal, got a yellow card, though he does miss the next game through suspension. Basuma, woeful yesterday, got a 4. Brennan Johnson gets a 7 for his first half performance and the goal he scored. The rest of it, I think, I don't think he was there second half. Kulu, tired, did his best, got 6. Sonny, missed penalty. Now, I've given him a 4. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen the 3s. I've seen 2. Philip made a very good point to me tonight when I was speaking to him, saying that dare we forget what Sonny's done for us over the last 10 years. And for me, I think Sonny is on the way out. I think Sonny may leave this year. I really do. I think this is the last year we're going to have Sonny at the club. I think he's either going to go back to South Korea or he may go back to Germany. He may go to Bayern Munich to have 1 or 2 seasons with Harry Kane. And then for me, he should have given the penalty to Solanke. No confidence at all. And then Solanke, he's working his ass off, but just getting no service whatsoever. So there are my player ratings. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments after the stream what you think as well, guys. Your doggy came on 50th minute for a regular on. He gets his 6. He done very well for his first Premier League start season. Well, Premier League, I think the second Premier League start. Sten Madison came on from Sonny, didn't do really a lot. And also Papa Sarr came on from Johnson, had that chance at the end and didn't take it. Ange's quotes after the game is very quickly. He was disappointed in outcome, basically, but it's not through the want of trying. He was just saying the players tried their best, which is understandable because we're asking a lot of sort of a small core group of players, and as I said, it's not for the want of trying. They're trying to get the outcomes for us. So basically, defending the players, just saying, we should have done better. On Destiny, your doggy's injury, I think it's his hamstring. Again, like I said, we've been relying on core group players because we just haven't had the ability to rotate at some point. It's going to catch up with us. Unfortunately, it's caught up with Destiny. On the plans for the next clear week ahead, the next game, of course, it is next Saturday, 12:30 at Newcastle, which you can see live here on THFC Till I Die. We knew this would be the first week where we don't have a midweek game. Yeah, get a break. Yay! I think the whole group probably needs a couple of days just to get away from everything and recover because it's been fairly intense for a real small core group of players, particularly over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think it will do them good to have a couple of days to themselves and with their families and give them a chance to recover mentally as much as physically. And then it goes on, of course, Bentancur picked up his 5th yellow card yesterday, which means he gets a 1-match ban and he misses the Newcastle game. On hurting, this is on Ange himself, on hurting as much. Are you hurting as much as the players? Of course I am. It hurts me because I'm responsible ultimately. I am the person in charge, so of course it hurts. And when I see how hard they're trying, it hurts even more because you want them to get a reward today. They deserve the reward for their efforts, even though they were dipping in their reserves of energy, which I don't even know where they got from. I want them to get reward for their efforts. So of course it hurts. It hurts immensely. At the same time, it's my responsibility for where we are right now, and it's my responsibility to try to get us out of it. And he was also asked, what's he going to do? And he says he's going to stay at Tottenham and work. Some of the stats, guys. Tottenham are 5 home league games without win, the worst run since 2008. Only Ipswich 9 are on longer home winners runs than Spurs at 5 in the Premier League. The last 11 games, Spurs have only won 3, drawn 2, lost 6. We've scored 23 goals, conceded 19. He's won 11 out of the last 33 points available. Also a few on here as well. I think got a couple of more stats as well, guys. Tottenham have fallen 1-0 behind in 15 Premier League games in 2024, the most ever by a side in a single calendar year in the competition recurring. And then Spurs have picked up just 52 Premier League points over the calendar year, the lowest return since 2008. They go into 2025 on the back of a run of just 2 wins from 10 games following Sunday's 2-2 draw with Wolves. So that is all your stats, all your talk about the game yesterday, and I'm just glad it's over. Absolutely glad it's over. Where are we? We've got to go there 2-0 to Ipswich. Woohoo! Or 2-0 against Ipswich. I don't know. Is that 2-0 to Ipswich? Chill music, let me know. Those stats just prove how possession is 9th and 10th law here in the US. It does F all if you can't score one more than your opponent, exactly. And sadly, this generation is used to instant gratification and quick to forget what a player has done in the past. If you don't teach or remind people of that, of the past, then it's likely to be forgotten. They will be. I'm going to go into this big in the new year. I'm doing a show on our past because it needs to be remembered. Now, a few bits of breaking news as well, guys, that broke today. Soccer referees to explain VAR decisions in Stadium League Cup semi-finals. Referees will explain VAR decisions over the tannoy to the crowd in the trial measure to be implemented in the League Cup semi-final matches next week. The English Football League have said on Monday. So it starts with the Arsenal game on the Wednesday, and I think Spurs is next Thursday, their first leg. So that will be really interesting to find how to do it in America, to do it in rugby as well, I think. So it'd be really interesting, but I'm looking forward to that. That should be interesting. Roy Justin says Marco Silva is a better manager than Postecoglou. I leave that there. Let you decide on that. I'm not going to talk about it because I think he's an idiot anyway. We've gone over, of course, what Ange is looking for: goalkeeper, centre back, winger, and the striker. I think for me personally, we need a goalkeeper and we need a centre back. I think a winger and the striker can be left to the summer, but I think we definitely need a goalkeeper and a centre back in January. Absolutely. But listen, guys, a few more comments. We've got at least our one side, left side defender to cover for Van de Ven. Your dog is a priority for Spurs January. Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you, Jim, and chilly music on that as well. But listen, guys, that's it. Thank you all for watching. That is your post-match show for Tottenham Hotspur against Wolves. More problems for Ange Postecoglou. Listen, we've got a show tomorrow, end of year show, so we're going to have a bit of fun. Look back at 2024 on Tottenham. Please tomorrow join me. Think about it tonight. Your best Tottenham game of 2024, and what are your hopes for 2025? We will also talk a little bit about the transfer window as well, where we're going, who we're going to look for, and what do we want. Hopefully then on New Year's Day, Colin will be with me. We do the draw live, and then we'll bang into the new year because we're back with matches, back with all the build up to games. Then we've got the pre-match, we've got the post-match, we've got Tottenham team talks, we've got the watch along, and then we're going to start doing some members only stuff as well. The predicted lineups will be members only, and we're going to do some member only shows as well. Don't forget to go over to Big Up as well and hit the like and the follow on Matchday Magic. We're going to do a lot more there on this year as well. And please do pick up your memberships. And also, guys, if you can, do us a favor. And I will go through it very quickly. Where is the video? Where's the video? Here we go. Due to our channel sponsor, Private Internet Access, our VPN, the best in the land. And as you can see, when you're between your computer and your internet, hackers, government, and corporate people can buy it. And it really, and then you forget the VPN, which I'm getting tonight. It doesn't. It links you. It doesn't. It keeps you in between you and your internet. Of course, you can use it on your phone as well, guys. And you can also latch it up to your laptop as well. So you could be in America and link it up to your laptop, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, you can use it on for your banking. You can use it for everything. So you can, it works on all mobiles, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Netflix, the lot, imagine their American Netflix. It can work on all your devices from your Xbox to your PlayStation to your TV. You use one person in the house has it, everyone has it, unlimited devices. It's used around the world from Canada to Colombia to Brazil to Argentina to South Africa. Your IP address, of course, it's also covered as well, so nobody knows there. They do get rid of your digital footprint as well, so no logos. They have 30 million subscribers already. And of course, they have 4.5 stars on Trustpilot as well. That is private internet access. THFC's Till I Die channel sponsors, so please do hit it. The link is in the description below. It's €45 for 2 years, plus you get 4 months free as well. So please do it. It helps them, it helps us, also helps you to watch Tottenham with all these 3 p.m. blackouts as well. I used it the other day for watching the Wolves game. Absolutely didn't have a problem with the stream at all. Absolutely didn't buffer once. It is buffer friendly. So big up. Please do hit it in the description below. And big up to Adam as well as become a YouTube member. Obviously, what YouTube member you become. He's picked up the bronze membership. Big up, Ed. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. And you're in that draw now, Ed. You're in the draw for the Paul Gascoigne Tottenham shirt, the one we wore in 1991, the one when we last time won an FA Cup, and the shirt. Well, it's not exactly the same shirt he wore, but it was the kit we wore in the 91 Cup final, and we did wear for the 91-92. Of course, Paul Gascoigne didn't stay on very long, 15 minutes before he went carried off. But who can forget the free kick he scored against Arsenal and the goal he set up for Gary Lineker as well in that semi-final? Never forget, I was there that day. Just Neil Shafton, great song, Don't Look Back in Anger from Oasis. I am a massive Oasis fan as well. The sources just told me Derma says Tequila. Santini wants to come back to Spurs. No. And now that bombshell. Now, you see, Tequila might not be Tequila. We call him the Tottenham Stig because some say he could be Daniel Levy in the chat trying to find out what people think of him. Also, he could be the new Tottenham director of football who's going into this January window trying to get players in for Ange Postecoglou. All we know, he's called the Tottenham Stig. And that's where we're going to leave that bombshell. Thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs. And yeah, it might be Santini. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Ange we trust. We never stop. Let's get behind the big man. Let's get behind the man from Australia. Let's prove him that he will be a success. Let's all get on Levy's back. Let's all get on his back to buy Ange the proper players he needs, the proper players he needs to bring our mighty club forward. And let us not forget, we are Tottenham Hotspur. We will rise. We will win because we are Spurs. Come on.